Hey, hello students, welcome back. Here Karate sir again and I welcome all of you to this video lecture students. Yes, I'm using screen recorder as you know because we are going to learn the very important poem. In the previous video students, I have taught you the poem The Comet and the Moon. The poem is really breezy, really funny poem, but the imaginary poem. This poem is imaginary poem. But students, the comet and the moon, in this video what we are going to learn? We are going to learn new words of this poem and the question answers and some part of the exercise and activities. Let's start the comet and the sun. This is Karade sir. Welcome to Sai Niketan School. So poem The Comet and the Moon is really funny poem, but I liked it very much because I told you what is the meaning of comet and comet how looks. The comet looks like this. Comet looks like this. This is the comet. No, this is the comet and that body that moves around the sun and looks like a bright star with a tail. It's a bright star and with a tail and it's very speedy, high speed. Here is our moon. The moon is here and this is the universe. Universe is given here. Sky, clouds, blue sky is given. Then many stars, moon and comet is the picture of comet and moon. But students, again I will read this poem and then I will explain the new words. So, new words are here. What is the meaning of comet? Comet is a celestial body that moves around the sun and looks like a bright star with tail. It looks like a bright star with a tail. With a tail. Then whoosh means what? Whoosh means what? Yes, no. Whoosh means what? That a soft sound when moving very fast. A soft sound when moving very fast, that is called whoosh. Then students, sulky. What is the meaning of sulky? Sulky means in a bad temper. In a bad temper, refusing to talk. Refusing to talk. Who was in bad temper? The moon was in bad temper, students. Moon was in bad temper. So he was sulky. In a bad temper, refusing to talk. Refusing to talk. Okay. So here now page number 86. Page number 86. Here some again new words are there. Plod means walk laboriously. Plod means what? Plod means what? Plod means walk laboriously. Then another one, chains of gravity. Chains of gravity means what, students? The confined to the force that attracts that bodies to the center of the earth. Center of the earth. Then flare. Yes. Who was the flare and sizzle? The comet was the flare and sizzle. So what is the meaning of flare, student? Flare means the blaze with bright flame. Blaze with bright flame. Blaze with bright flame. Then sizzle means what, students? Sizzle means make a hissing sound as of water falling on hot metal. Like this. Like this, that is the sound, no? When the water falls on the hot metal, that sound like we hear like that, like that. That is called sizzle. That is called sizzle. Then student, envy. I envy you means what? A feeling of discontent aroused by another's better fortune. It's a jealousy. Jealousy. Another meaning of that is jealousy. Then trudged means what? Walk laboriously again. Trudged means walk laboriously again. So students, here I gave you the new words. I gave you the new words here from the glossary. But poem again, I just want to read it because the poem is really nice. So students, the comet and the sun. This is the conversation between the comet and the moon. This is the conversation between the comet and the moon. Moon is there, not sun. Sorry. But students, tell me, said the comet, as it whooshed past, and the moon's pale face, why do you look so sulky as you make your way through space? You will sulk as well, the moon said, if you were doomed like me to always plot the same path in chains of gravity. You are free to flare and sizzle, you roam like rockets do. While I am stuck here in the orbit of the earth, I envy you. Once things were better, spacemen came up to float and walk and scratch my back. Now life's too dull, so comet stay and talk. The comet didn't answer. Already it had gone to wag its tail round Venus while the moon trudged on, Richard Edwards has written this poem. The Comet and the Moon. The Comet and the Moon. Then come let us talk about this poem. Come let us talk about this poem, students. Means a question answers I'm going to discuss. So that's why I'm using here screen recording as usual. That if the activities I'm discussing or question answers I'm discussing, I always use screen recorder because it is clear. It is really good to take question answers, to discuss question answers here. So that's why I'm using the screen recorder, students. So here, ask the following questions to your partner. Ask the following questions to your partner and write down the answer. So 4 questions are here. Yes, here 4 questions. The first one is A1. Who should past the moon's pale face? Who should past the moon's pale face? Yes. Tell me the answer, students. That who should past and moon's pale face? I think not it's sure, but I'm not telling answer, but it's a comet. Who was sulking? Who? You have to give the name. You have to write the name of that. Who was sulking? So moon was sulking. When was life better for the moon? Third one was, when was life better for the moon? Yes. When things were better, when spacemen came, okay, means some human being, that is called astrologer, that when they went on the moon, that time the life was better for the moon. Why did the comet not answer the moon? Why did the comet not answer the moon? Yes, why do you think? Because the comet had already gone. Comet had already gone because comet is very speedy. It does not stop for anyone. So that's why, as it had already gone, so that's why comet did not answer the moon. Now students, next important is here that second one is given students. Second one is given that ask the following questions to your partner and write down the answers. Write down the answers. A1, what did the comet want to know when he was the pale faced moon? When he saw the pale faced moon. What did the comet want to know when he saw the pale faced moon? Yes, that comet, when he passed by moon, and when he saw the pale faced moon, he wanted to know one thing, that why you are so sulky, why are you upset? That why are you upset? Why are you upset? Why are you so sulky? Why your face is pale? Pale means what? Pale means unhappy. Unhappy. Pale means what? Unhappy, students. So here, first answer I told, but you have to write your own answer also, because this is really important to write the answer of your own. I am taking discussion here because I'm going to guide you as a guide only. I'm giving you some information about question answers, but final answers you have to write only final answers. Okay, so B1 is here. Why does the moon think that he is doomed? Why does the moon think that he is doomed? Yes, he is doomed because he plowed same path, walk on the same path, and the answer is here, students, that always walk the same path in chains of gravity. He is not free to flare and sizzle. Always walk on the same path in chains of gravity. In chains of gravity. So that's why here the answer is given, that moon thinks that he is doomed. Then C1, students, here C1 answer. Why does the moon envy the comet? Envy means, I told you, the jealousy. The moon feels jealousy. Why does the moon envy the comet? Because the comet is free to flare and sizzle, and free to roam like rocket. The comet is free to flare and sizzle. Okay, so that's why that moon envies the comet. Then D question is really important again, students, that which line in stanza 5 suggests that the comet is very active, and explain it also. So students, as you know that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stanzas, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stanzas. 5 stanzas there are, and which line in stanza 5 suggests that the comet is very active? And the line is, it had gone. The comet didn't answer, already it had gone. The comet didn't answer, already it had gone. to wag its veil round Venus. Already it had gone. That is the line that suggests that comet is very active. Because when Moon asked him to stay and to walk and to talk with Moon, the comet didn't answer, students. The comet didn't answer, and the comet already had gone to move its tail around Venus evening star. It's called evening star, while the Moon trudged around. So already it had gone. Already the comet had gone. That is the line that suggests that the comet is very active. Then students, very important this one, that the Moon is non-human. He does two things which we humans do. What are they? What figure of speech is this? Students, I would like to tell you one thing, that the very important figure of speech. Do you know figure? I will write here. Figure of speech. Do you know what is the meaning of figure of speech? Figure of speech is the word or is the line that poet uses in the poem to make the poem attractive, impressive, interesting. So all these things are there. So here the Moon is non-human. Yes. But Moon is doing humans thing in the poem. For example, if you ask me that the figure of speech in this line is called personification. Personification. The figure of speech in this line is personification, students. And what is the meaning of personification? Personification deals with that non-human things are doing human things. That is called personification. For example, humans, what they do? Humans do many things. For example, humans speak, humans cry, humans laugh, humans smile, humans walk, humans write, humans think, humans, many humans do many things. But non-living thing or non-human thing, for example, if I say that this book, yes, this book is what? Book is non-human. No, the book is non-human thing. But if I say that book is smiling, book is smiling. The smiling is the characteristic of human, the quality of human, activity of human. But that book is smiling, that is called personification, because book cannot smile. Book is non-living, book is non-human. But in the sentence I used a book is smiling, so that is called personification figure of speech. That is called personification figure of speech. So students, personification figure of speech really important. You can also write your own sentences. For example, one day I saw Moon was smiling. So Moon was smiling. Moon cannot smile, students, but Moon was smiling. Flowers were dancing. Early in the morning I saw in my garden flowers were walking, flowers were talking, flowers were smiling, flowers were smiling, and flowers were talking, and flowers were walking. So students, that is called that flowers were smiling, flowers were dancing. Dancing is the quality of human being, no? But that given to non-human thing. Flower is non-living. Flowers are non-human. So that's why that is called personification. Now students, vocabulary is given and match the words in B with the words in A. A and B is given. A and B is given. A is breezy, imaginary, bored and sulky, free to fly and dull. So here some words are given, that breezy, okay, breezy is given, no? Breezy is given, then imaginary is given, breezy, imaginary, bored and sulky, free to fly and dull. So you have to match the pair. For example, in the poem that answers are available, that who was bored and sulky? Moon was bored and sulky. What was dull? The life was dull. Imaginary poem. Breezy means funny conversation, and free to fly, comet. Free to fly, comet. So students, as I gave you match the pairs, you have to complete this vocabulary, match the words in B with the words in A. And now again here they have given, in poems poets make objects, animals and birds behave like us people. This device is a figure of speech called personification. It brings pictures of the things personified before our mind. Write them. So students, here the definition of personification given, that I also told, that in poems poet makes what? Object, animals and birds behave like us people. Yes, I told you, no, that birds are dancing. I saw at morning birds are dancing. So birds are dancing. Dancing is the behavior of people. The birds are singing. Singing is the activity of people. But here is the given to birds. So in poems poets make objects, animals and birds behave like people. This device, yes, this device is a figure of speech called personification. That is called personification. It brings a picture of the things personified before our mind. Write them. So students, I will give you a homework to you, that some own examples, if possible, to write. You must write some own examples of personification. For example, I will tell you the example of personification. Here, book is dancing. So here book is dancing is the example. Dancing is the quality of human being, book is non-human. This is called personification. So if possible students, you must write down at least 5 examples of personification. Your own examples. 5 examples of personification. Okay, own by using the personification in your line. So students, as you know that the poem The Comet and the Moon, I have completed here. Poem, pre-reading task also I discussed. Then I told you what is the meaning of comet and the moon, and after that I started in the previous video I taught you the particular poem, what is the conversation between the comet and the moon, why the moon was unhappy and unlucky, and also I have discussed that after today in this lecture I discussed here that new words of this poem, then question answers also, question answers of the poem. Then I told you what is the meaning of personification, figure of speech, personification. And I suggest you, if possible students, rhyming words also are there in this poem. Rhyming words also are there in this poem. So if possible, you have to write. Okay. So students, sorry for the disturbance. Some work was there, so that's why I paused the video. But in this video, students, I discussed the question answers of this poem, The Comet and the Moon. So try to complete the question answers. Try to complete the question answers and complete your homework. This is Karade sir. Thank you very much. Bye bye sir. Bye bye all of the students. Take care students. Bye.